If you could trust any Chinese filmmaker to make a decent Cold War spy thriller, the first name that would come to your head would be Zhang Yimou. It's a definite love letter to the classic genre, full of double crosses and secret agents, set in 1931 in north of China at the start of the Japanese occupation. Yimou delivers a 2-hour spy thriller that's easy enough to follow. Hi, I'm the Artie Dans, and welcome to this review of the Chinese thriller Cliff Walkers, originally known by the better title of Impasse. Thanks, CMC. 4 secret agents of the Communist Party arrive in Harbin to assist an escapee of the Japanese war camp to allow him to break to freedom and spread his story of Japanese atrocities to the world. However, an anti-communist agency intercepts and infiltrates the group, attempting to thwart their efforts and uncover the identity of the mole within their agency. If there's one Chinese filmmaker I get excited about to watch their movies, it's definitely Zhang Yimou. The man credited for discovering Gong Li and responsible for some of China's most beautiful and entertaining films, Cliff Walkers is the second of 3 major films he had set to release in 2020, with one second eventually being released in late 2020 after being held up in censorship hell, and the urban crime thriller Under the Light set to release later in 2021. Cliff Walkers headlined the Chinese Labor Day holiday period of May the 1st, and initial user reviews are positive. With a current 7.7 score on Douban, and on initial viewing of the film and directly after leaving the cinema, I agree that this was probably a solid 7 out of 10. But on reflection, I started to notice bits of the film that didn't really gel. As an old-fashioned spy thriller, this movie follows the formula to the letter. A strong and interesting cast of characters is introduced in the beginning of the film, and as the quartet splits up into duets, the first set of double-crossing occurs, immediately piquing your interest and demanding you pay attention. We are then introduced to the anti-communist agency who wants to stop their mission, but the full details of why are never explicitly explained. As the movie progresses, you start to notice other gaps that aren't explained. Characters just disappear, or other characters are injected into the storyline with minimal introduction of their purpose. At one stage, towards the end of the film, I almost thought the initial mission of the quartet had been forgotten about, but thankfully that's all sorted out before the ending. An element that's become all too common with modern Chinese blockbusters is the strong violence. And while it's infrequent in this movie, it's expectedly gory and unnecessary, and it left me wondering whose artistic direction it is. Being set in north of China during the coldest months of the year, the cinematography, set and costume design, and colour grading work all combine to emphasise this. Characters are rugged up, covered in snow, with vapour condensation escaping from their mouths. You really get a sense of the extreme conditions everybody is fighting against, both the weather and their mission. But I felt the action scenes let the film down in several places. The final gunfight is very stilted, over-edited, and a little hard to follow, with shots being fired, cars being hit, and people falling over. It's assumed people are being shot, you're just not sure who's doing it. Likewise with the car chase scenes that feel more American blockbuster than Chinese spy thriller. This is still an enjoyable film, it's just not the masterpiece I was hoping for from Yimou. It has excellent actors such as Zhang Yi and Li Jiaying, excellent direction, and the storyline is easy enough to follow. It's just not as captivating as it could have been, and it feels like there are key elements of the movie that are strangely missing. It's a thumbs up, but just. Because while I think this is an entertaining film, I don't think this is a movie you'll remember a month after watching it, nor rank in Yimou's top 5. If you've seen this, what did you think? Thank you for watching this review. Please don't forget to press the like button and consider subscribing to support the channel.